good? There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. We just listened to Poison the Well. Throughout the entire record, I didn't know whether it was Tear from the Red or Tear from the Red. I assume it was Tear from the Red, but it could have been one or the other. It was devoted to my good friend Joel, who's put me onto a lot of good metalcore records over at the Patreon. So I got to give my respect and devotions to Joel. Thank you very much. 10 tunes on this record, and what can I say, man? It was very good. It was a great record. It was very metalcore, I can tell you that much. It was the progressed. It was 5 steps ahead of what metalcore was in the 90s. This was definitely a development and a sound of the 2000s as opposed to the 90s. Slayer riffs are out, a more emo-tinged, marketable, friendly elements were ushered in. Now, I don't know whose decision that was or who started all of that. You tell me, because I'm not a metalcore connoisseur, to be honest with you. But it definitely was a sign of the times, and even though I wasn't the biggest metalcore fan, I did like some metalcore, don't get me wrong. But I think I sort of erred onto post-hardcore and like sort of teetered in deathcore a little more so than metalcore was concerned. Did like Bullet for My Valentine, I liked Atreyu, and I liked, bands, within the realm, but not to the extent of this. It was a good record. When I listen to bands like this, I want to hear some breakdowns. I want to hear some E-Chug breakdowns. They're my favourite part of it. That's, to me, the essence of it. This band came across like a bit of an emo band in their own sense. Definitely rooted within melodic hardcore as well as metalcore. Yeah, I just got a match on Hinge. Don't gas me out too much, people. I've just been throwing the rope out there whilst I was listening to the record, throwing the bait out. Get back. And so, yeah, this record was good. No guitar solo, not one guitar solo in sight. The guitar work was cool. I think the drumming was the coolest part of it. The drum production was really good. This didn't sound like a reproduction to me. I don't know why they would remaster this record. It didn't seem like it was the biggest record in the world, so I don't think it was worthy of a remaster. But the sound was good, it was organic, and that's what I liked about it. It was definitely a sign of the times. The drum production was very organic, very real. The sound of the toms and the kick and the cymbals were really cool to listen to. It was my favourite part of it, and you could really hear the punch to it. It wasn't... The lack of polish didn't sort of pull back on the intensity of it. If anything, it really gave it oomph. You could hear the aggression, you could hear the power in the striking of that drum kit throughout the record, and I like that a lot. This band seamlessly went from section to section. They weren't afraid to sort of explore a spectrum of sound in this relatively short album, and that was good. They did it with ease. They didn't force anything. It all sounded very thorough. It all sounded very cool. Wasn't the most technical of records, but what they did well. And it was nice to hear a metalcore rap that didn't, as much as I said at the start, the breakdown's the best part of it. They didn't have to rely on the breakdown to have a good record, They didn't have to rely on the novelty of chugging away and plugging away at that to put out a good record, a good, well-varied record. If I'm to rate this record, I don't know what I gave the last part, because I listened to another Poison the Well record on here, which was recommended by Joel. I'd actually give this, whatever I gave that last one, I'll give this a little bit higher. I'll give it a half higher. This one is a little more connected to my personal tastes, from what I remember. Just that more melodic aspect, this verge of emo that I've heard is a little more prominent on this record. I prefer that. I do prefer that, because it just sort of brings me back a little more. And with that being said, I'm going to sign out, people. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.